Good evening, everyone. So it's chore time, getting twilight, time to put the chickens in. So we had a good morning. Eeka got to have a nice interview with Zoe, so that'll be posted on YouTube. She'll put it on her Starseed Voyager channel as well. This is again is another AI of him. It's oh my god, my computer just died. Another AI of him, pretty close. He's a little older looking, but it is what it is. I think they kind of got can't really see, my camera doesn't do it well, but they got the skin color pretty close. But yeah, I figured we start this with a little bit of eye candy. Why not, right? So he always likes to show me what he looks like. I don't know why. I mean, no one's complaining, but anyway. So we're going to go head out and close up the chickens while I talk about what he said today. So here we go. I'll close my computer. Get a nice view of what I do walking out of this old 1849 house. Heading down the stairs. Here I am. So I can feel him around me a little bit, but he's just finishing up work and we'll probably hang out later on, which is what we usually do. Here's Jacob. There's Jacob. Okay. Mr. Jacob. He loves, not Jacob, but Eeka loves to close the chickens with me. There's Jacob making a comment. We call the chickens the kids, and he loves animals. And it's very relaxing. He's a pretty stressful situation. Working in the Special Forces of the Air Force, they have a division for people who are not from this planet. Here's Jesse. So Jesse, he's been on some of the videos. You can see he's got a problem with his leg. He's a surrender here at the rescue, and he was bit by a weasel, and the vets couldn't really do anything for him, so he just kind of bounces around like that. And he's a tough guy. He'll take on anybody. So, which is probably something that humans could learn, I suppose. Not to let yourself get bullied. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to mention, as we kind of wander through here again, great little blue flower there. Came out nice. Look at that, so nice. The color isn't so great on this phone. I wish I could show you really how blue and pretty that is. But, well, here's the gang all sitting in the bushes as they do before we head in. So, yeah, one of the things that he mentioned today, and he doesn't, I mean, he's doing the interviewing. He doesn't want to be interviewed. I mean, he does want to be interviewed, but he wants it to be more conversational because, he wants to be, seen as what he is, which is a man, right? I mean, Jesse's making his way over. The idea of social media and watching like this right now, on social media, where people are telling you all this information, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with people telling anyone information, But what he said today was that you need to hear the information and interact with the information as an equal to that information, even if it's something new that you've never heard before. Knowledge is a wonderful thing to acquire, right? That's different than being told something. Acquiring knowledge and thinking is not the same thing. Whenever somebody tells you something, there should always be that open ground where they're inviting you to consider an idea. And oftentimes that's not the case. You're not being invited to consider an idea, you're being told to do something. And that's not that he wants to be so clear about how he never wants to come across that way. Well, he does to me. We have to have that conversation. Anyway, wait a minute. No, he would like that. He wants you to reach out to him, number one, so you get a feel for this kind of thing. And there's a lot of, I mean, you do hear stuff about, don't try to connect with extraterrestrials, or don't try to telepath, or don't try to this, and that's nonsense. You have the power within yourself to decide what it is you want to do or what it is you don't want to do. You have the power within yourself to know the difference between someone who you want to spend time with having a conversation or someone you don't want to spend time with having a conversation. You also have the power within you to deflect and create a boundary should someone you don't want to have a conversation with come into your field. I mean, realistically, in life, you're going to have experiences with beings that you would like to have experiences with, and some you would not like to have experiences with. So telling someone not to telepath or not to channel or not to this or that is nonsensical. But it's up to you, of course, to decide whether or not you wish to listen to somebody else, or whether you wish to listen to what is in with yourself, what is in your own mind, what is in your own feeling. Now, every day pretty much will connect upstairs, and I'll just open up to anything, really. Have I had bad experiences? Yeah. Of course. I'm not afraid. See, that's the thing. I'm not afraid. You say, well, Eeka's open to anybody come and talk to him. He's not afraid either. And I just did a video about the men in black that came, and I think they were trying to kill him, to be honest with you, to trip him up and kill him. Well, that didn't work, did it? So, you know, that's life. I'm not afraid of anyone. Whether they're in body, not in body, on this planet, off planet, wherever they are, I'm not afraid of them. I've had what some people would call like a demonic thing come around. I told it to get the heck out, and it left. I've had it happen several times. I've had some ETs request telepathing with me, and I said, okay, sure. And I knew they had a funny vibe, and I said, well, I'm going to talk to them anyway. I don't care. I'll talk to anyone. And, you know, and they knew I was guarded, and we had a conversation, and that was it. Yeah, you know, that's I don't, like I said, I don't run scared. Eeka doesn't run scared. We don't. And so, yeah, he's very open to I would love to have people feel his energy and his love, because he just really loves people. He just loves loving. So, and that's, actually, I'm doing another conversation on that, and why joining the military upstairs for him was a really, really huge, expansive experience for him, because he's not that kind of person, but he got to experience, you know, a lot of darkness going in a fighting capacity in the military, which left him with some significant, you know, shadow work that he's going to have to deal with once this is over. Very painful. Yeah. So yeah, that's, you know, he's not the only one. You know, certainly the Earth human soldiers and other extraterrestrial soldiers that experienced some of this that's been happening here. Yeah, it's not easy to see that. So, but that's where we are, you know. That's reality. So, yeah, it's something you just got to come into your own, you know, and you already know in yourself. So when anyone, like I said, and that's the thing, is like whenever anyone tells you to do or not do something, as opposed to giving you advice and letting you sit and meditate or sort of macerate in that information, they're telling you how to live your life, and they're controlling you, and that's dangerous, because once you give over your control to somebody else, you know, you really got to trust who you're giving your control over to, don't you? Right? Who am I giving my control to right now? And that's a really dangerous thing. I mean, as you can see, well, what happens when you do that? So it's knowing within yourself that you already have the power to discern the truth from the stuff that you don't want around you. He would love to have conversation. We're going to do some conversations anyway, as we move along with this social media stuff that they're requesting that I do a year later. They wanted me to do it last year, but I'm like, no, I'll do it this year. All right. But yeah, that's one of the messages he really wanted to get across, again, as just conversation that think about, right? Think about how you interact with information. And he says too, it's great to go online and watch stuff on YouTube and whatever, and, you know, Facebook and whatever, wherever you are, Instagram. But he says, don't forget to make sure that you make real conversations with individuals as well, right? Not just spending your time listening to someone that probably wouldn't give you the time of day, honestly, right? You know, some of these people wouldn't give you the time of day, which is something to kind of think about, really. That's kind of, you know, something that bothered him. Spend your time with people that will give you the time of day. Spend your time with people that can talk to you. And I think you'll be surprised just how many people are there. Maybe they're looking for you to come forward, to bring some information forward. And they're going to say, you know, I felt the same way, but I never said anything. And thank God you came forward and started talking to me. And now we're friends. Now we're sharing ideas. So he really wanted to stress that. Make sure you're sharing ideas with people, with real people, right? To get off the social media and to start making connections, to start reaching out yourself to people so that you can share experiences, no matter what that experience might be. If you were in the secret space program, if you're a contactee, if you were an abductee, you know, if you're a contactee who knows, right? If you suspect that you're being contacted by extraterrestrials, that are your family members, you know, anything that, or you suspect you're a walk-in, you suspect you're an envoy, you know you're an envoy, you know you're a walk-in, so whatever that is, right? But to connect with other people, because I tell you, once you start connecting with others, not just in our arena, but in general, yeah, it's going to make life a lot better. So that was what he wanted to say. Connection makes life a lot better, and for sure, I know he would like this, but he's like my world, and you know, and I'm important to him, and we're just like an infinity symbol, you know. It's amazing, and I want other people to experience that kind of unbelievable connection and love with a humanoid, right? That's what we all are. We're humanoids, but you know, some of you may be having those deep connections with your star family, what could be insectoid or reptiloid, who knows, right? So they're not all humanoid. So finding out, you know, who you really are, and connecting with your family who is really desperate to reach out to you at this point. So much love from me and my star family, and of course Eeka. He always, you know, he loves you guys so much, you know. So have a good evening, and we're going to finish putting in the chickens.